Welcome back, everybody. This is Kara Crossway Brindle, and you are watching another amazing showcase of a fellow therapist here in the Colorado Mental Health Medicaid group. I'd like to introduce Sybil today. This is Sybil. She's going to be sharing her business and why she takes Medicaid, which is a big part of what I ask all of you. So, Sybil, I'm going to have you take it away and share what you'd like.
Yeah, so I run a group practice in Arvada, Colorado, and we really specialize in working with children, teens, and their families. And then we have sort of a subspecialty, which is not actually well marketed. It's not on my website really at all for safety reasons, but we work with victims and survivors of domestic violence, even the little ones who are witnessing these things. So yeah, it's really, really with this population important to work with Medicaid because oftentimes financial abuse is one of the main factors that keep people stuck in these relationships. And so then when they leave, if there is a divorce or if they were never married, then they are eligible for Medicaid. And so we really need to be able to take Medicaid and work with this population specifically.
Right. So how do you is it more word of mouth for the folks that really are needing that domestic violence support? Like, I know that you do that because we're colleagues, but do other people, how do they find out that if it's not on the website?
Yeah, so it's mostly word of mouth. I partner with Family Tree, which is the domestic violence agency in the area, and just touch base with their outreach coordinators, and then also the different county child protection agencies know that is something that I do. And then just do a lot of education for our community on domestic violence. And I've recently, clearly the pandemic has caused a hiatus in all of this stuff with getting to be a teacher and a karate instructor and run my business and all of these fun things with my children at home. But about a year ago, recently started training other mental health professionals on domestic violence as well, so that we can kind of grow the knowledge in this area.
Right. And I'm so glad you mentioned that because I actually took your training, the free one that you offered initially. Mm-hmm. It was great. It was something that, I just didn't know what I didn't know until I took it. Mm-hmm. So it was very to have some new information and a new perspective of here are some warning signs, here are some things to look for, and just the dynamic that's at play.
Yeah, and that it is, I was in a couple and family program, and I think, and this is not to diss my program at all or any graduate program, but they're so packed if you're in the couples and family tracks that you can't take extra anything. And so I think I had about 30 minutes to an hour of information on domestic violence in all of my training. And so just, being able to find a one-stop shop for that so that we can really provide the best treatment for our clients.
Absolutely. And we'll definitely make sure that you have that link at the bottom here of the video to say, here's where you find that training, because I think a lot of the clinicians in this group would definitely be interested in that. But in addition to all that, I know you're a powerhouse and you have other things you offer, like I believe it's supervision and some private practice. So
I run, who knew that I'd like the business side of this at all? I jumped into private practice with zero, I didn't even do any research. I didn't even know you could sublet from someone. I didn't even know that was an option. I just decided to do it. And since then I've kind of learned what I did to grow my practice. I grew really pretty quickly. And I started to really love the business side of things. And it's, fun because, therapists worry about kind of marketing and being, salesman and that's not how I think the majority of therapists do their work and get known. It's really about being authentic and who you are and kind of your style of working. And I run workshops for building kind of your initial startup of a private practice. And then I also have done some workshops on, moving forward from there. So building a group practice and also adding other things to your practice, the supervision or having interns. I have 2 interns at my practice at any given time, and I love doing supervision for interns. love giving them my experience and doing, getting to teach play therapy, but not having to like do it in a class setting, getting
Right.
to do it like with these clients and getting to see them use it the next day. And getting to teach them from the get-go about domestic violence. We're running a domestic violence group coming up here starting at the end of September. I think we've got 2 spots left in that group. And my interns get to be a part of that group. So they get to learn from me teaching, but also from the experience of all the members. So that part of my practice, I really, really enjoy. I don't do a lot, but every now and then do some individual business coaching as well, just because it's really fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun to do it and to see other people grow and to kind of share in their successes. It's and it is, serious because it's someone's livelihood, but I'm not keeping someone alive. I'm not keeping families safe. So it's like a great departure from, safety planning and child protection calls and things like that. To, and still get to see success in a different way.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably a nice buffer against burnout and the fact that we have lots of things that we enjoy. And obviously, I think you and I are kindred spirits that way of just having our hands in multiple cookie jars, if you will.
I get bored. I get bored really easily. And so, that burnout, there's got to be some project happening so that I'm, just like fuels the fire to keep on keeping on, especially when the world is going in the toilet.
Right. So many things have shifted this year. And I definitely know that you and I have spoken offline about you writing a book someday. And so that's another project of yours. Yes.
Yes, I actually have some new ideas that I will announce them right here with you. So I've had a workbook for working with adult victims and then a separate workbook working for child victims, like partway done forever. And then they're kind of coming together because my interns are doing this group with me. I am creating a group curriculum so that I can just show up and run a group with zero planning, and they can't. So they can see the way my mind works and kind of help with that. So I think I don't have all the details figured out yet, but that I will be kind of coming up with and releasing a group support group, or it's more of a therapeutic group curriculum for domestic violence, because they're few and far between, unfortunately. And so having other people be able to, feel really confident in running these groups. And so, it's sort of all coming together. And I think that that's a good way to kind of, for my mission to get, more of these survivors seen in a very ethical way, is by providing this information to other people just from my years and years of experience.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's amazing, exciting, and hopefully it will really help people feel more comfortable saying, can I work with this population? Do I have the training? Do I have the ethics that I need? Because I know that is a complex situation there with what they have going on.
Yeah, and even more so, kind of with, what do you do with kids? What do you do with those kids who have witnessed domestic violence? How do you kind of break the generational patterns and things like that? So, I'm excited about that. I like to, it's really fun getting to do that work with the kids in our office, and being able to share how we do that, with everyone else.
Right. That's amazing. Very cool. Well, I definitely am going to make sure that all the links are included once this video posts so that you can share your domestic violence coursework, but also some of the things that you're doing in your practice, since it is a group practice with your interns. And I just really appreciate you. Like, I just feel like we're kindred spirits, and there's just so many exciting ideas that we have. And so I'm really glad that people got a chance to get to know you through this video to see all the things you can offer. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for putting this all together. It's, it's one of those things that is a great idea, but it doesn't happen until someone actually does it.
Jumps right in there, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you, and viewers, stay tuned for more videos as we feature other amazing therapists. This community is vast and it's growing, and I can't wait to show you more people and have you build those meaningful connections. So we'll see you next time.